Hello everybody, my name is Benji, and welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program, where last time we started getting ourselves a little bit of a jump starter mall up and running here. Sorry, a jump starter mall tier 2 up and running here. And we realized that a couple of recipes have actually been changed over time, which, you know, honestly sucks. Just a little wee bit. But that does allow for the opportunity of a little bit more fun and a little bit more spaghetti to occur, which I actually quite happen to have some fun with. We'll say I like to have some fun with spaghetti. And actually, speaking of spaghetti, this is gonna become even more al dente. So, we got the entirety of this up and running. We got ourselves the, why aren't you working? We got ourselves the Mobile Command Center, or the Battlefield Analysis Base, the BAB, up and running last time, which is quite nice. We currently do not have a whole ton of iron throughput at the moment, which is a little bit of a shame. Apparently it's because of the fact that I did not hook up the rest of this belt last time. But in addition to that, we do have ourselves the missile turrets up and running, of which I'm going to take a few from being honest here. And then, identically as well, we got ourselves some ammunition being made over here, which I'm going to go on ahead and grab. I'm also going to go get a recharge real quick because it wants to yell at me. And then we got the logistics distributor little hat guys up and running, the proliferators up and running, except with low throughput. And then we ended off last time trying to begin automation on our lovely logistics drones, which will help us immensely in supplying ourselves. And this is the first time I'm ever actually using them in a legitimate run. They came out after my previous run had concluded, so I didn't get the chance to use them, of course. And then as well with the prototypes we are actually getting online, and that was kind of where I was currently working. Was we need the engines coming in, which those are set up. We need these guys coming in. We need the green chips coming in, which come in right here. We need iron coming in, which comes around the front. And then we need this guy, which this guy is set up with the exception of our dearest of friends here, these guys. And then we're gonna want this to come down at some point, probably right here then, because we need to have these in as well for this to operate properly. Putting that in, we see that this is starting to work. We're getting ourselves copper. We're getting ourselves copper magnets. I produced a processor! Apparently that means we have enough iron going to get green circuits up and running. Perfect. Love that happening. That also means that we do get ourselves a Battlefield Analysis Base, a BAB. Whose range is actually not as much as I was hoping it would be. But that's okay. Yeah, that's alright. That's okay. We'll just go on ahead and plonk you right there.
You've built a Battlefield Analysis Base. It can automatically dispatch construction drones for constructing and repairing, and combat drones for defending. It can also analyze enemy debris and automatically extract useful items. A Battlefield Analysis Base is indispensable for building an unmanned auto-defense system.
I'm assuming that graying those out means that it's not doing it. We're gonna go on ahead and up that to a 5 megawatt max charge. A little bit less, I guess. Defense module. Ooh, we can put prototypes in it for automated defense? I did not know that. I want the prototypes for sure at the moment. Yeah, okay, we want that. We want the construction drones. We're not really concerned with anything else at the moment. And it looks like once we get enough iron throughput happening, which probably won't happen for quite some time, we have the ability to have prototypes automatically being created. In the meantime, I'll just go on ahead and make 4 of the suckers myself in the crafting queue. And while the crafting queue do be crafting, I'm going to come over here and we are going to start the automation of Mark II belts so that we can have more throughput on our very lovely stone supply. And then I'm going to take a look at the power grid, and the power grid is actually fine at the moment because I'm not researching. I'm not researching anything. The early game motto is always be crafting. A, B, C. Always be crafting. The motto of the mid to late game is if you have everything set up for science, always be researching. A, B, R. Always be researching. So, Proliferator Mark II, I think, would be very nice. Issue is diamonds. Diamonds are not very nice, and I don't feel like setting those up right now. Deuterium fractionation is not something that's going to be useful at the moment. Mini fusion power generation is locked behind titanium and yellow science, so I don't really see the purpose of that. Also, apparently carbon nanotubes, hyper blue motors, I forget what they're actually called, and then the titanium ingots, which is just a whole lot of infrastructure that we don't have. So deuterium, currently not worthwhile for me. Yeah, carbon nanotubes, still not something that we can actually do. Polymer chemical engineering in order to make organic crystals wouldn't be that terrible of a thing for us to have, because that gives us high strength crystals, which gives us yellow science, and apparently explosive units, which honestly aren't that difficult. Just some current explosion or high process fuel, some plastic, and some sulfur, which isn't too terrible, and I'm sure that that'll help with a couple of things. I think the thrusters would be really nice to have, because that's going to start to unlock some advanced logistics a little bit farther in the future. First of all, the planetary logistics system, which is conveyor belt Mark IIIs, the planetary logistics station, which is one of the most valuable things in the entirety of the game to really start to kind of up our game a little bit. And then, of course, the logistics drones to go along with that. That's something that we will want eventually. .tm. Magnetic particle trap is something that we'll need for that, of course. Blue motors are something that we'll need for that. I think I would like to go for the implosion cannon. The implosion cannon, needs blue motors. Not very expensive ammo for that, though. Kinetic and blast, so that's nice. Precision drones could also be cool, but they need the photon receivers, which are a little bit of a pain in the butt to make. Attack drone, of course, that's something for a lot later. It also looks like this is telescopic in that it needs the prototype to create one. Luckily, it is telescopic as a 1-to-1 instead of anything else, which is actually kind of nice to see. So in terms of research, we're at a bit of a stalemate. There's some things that are nice to have, but not a whole lot that's, like, super dire. So instead, I'm going to go on ahead and do a whole lot of this stuff. Apparently I can't do this yet. Communication control, more drones, can't do that yet. More movement speed, can't do that yet. And that's purple science. That's a long way away. Apparently I can't do this yet, so not sure what's going on there. Energy circuit, higher power charging rate, I'll take that. And that is the full queue. So yeah, we'll just kind of go along with that for now. Oh wow, we already have 100? Dang! I'll take that. Are you kidding? I'll absolutely take that. And then we can come over here. We can grab some of these guys. I'd really like to tap the veins that are not currently being tapped before I re-tap old veins. Come on. It's like a game of Tetris every single time that we come over here for this kind of stuff. And then right here, we're gonna want to go on ahead and have that. This input belt can be regular. That's a shame, that's not quite large enough for that. And then we will want to upgrade all of those belts. Perfection. And then we'll want to take this out, plop it right there, and make sure that that stays upgraded. We are about to receive another attack. Lack of resource, I'm assuming, was the prompt there. Yeah, lack of replacing item. Alright, well, that's fine. I'll just head over here and grab some more. We've got 18. It's not that bad. Yeah, 93% threat. The next wave is going to be a bit of a pain in my butt. I'm assuming at the moment. And I'm assuming that because the last one was a bit of a pain in my butt. So if the last one was a bit of a pain in my butt, the next one is sure to be a bit of a pain in my butt. Because that's just how this kind of stuff works. And hey, would you look at that? I have plenty of these guys. Where's my third? Or my fourth, rather. I guess I got rid of the materials that I was gonna use for it. Because it's not in here. Is it? Is it? It is. I don't know how it ended up in there, but okay. Sure, that's fine. But now we have defense capabilities with these guys. The hanger can just kind of exist, and I think that that's actually quite handy. I'm a windmill of that, aka a very large fan. Why has my red science stalled? Oh. I see why my red science has stalled. That's alright.
You've built a store.
I'll just go on ahead and do that. We'll even upgrade it so that it can filter out a little bit faster. I'm aware research is too slow. I noticed that when this turned red. Although you guys were probably yelling at me that it had been red for quite some time. I did, in fact, notice. So, don't yell at me. Let me go on ahead and place down one of these. Wow, that range. That range, though, holy.
You've built a missile turret. It can launch guided missiles. It provides all-around defense against both ground and space enemies.
Whoa.
You can select targets in the turret panel.
Ground and space? Just from this thing alone? Sure, I'll take a look at the panel here. Wow, okay. Upper air relay station only. Odd. Space, high priority, low air, high priority. Wow. Go on ahead and do balanced for that, I guess. So if it can help with space enemies, I'm assuming that means that we are going to be attacked from orbit. So yeah, that's fun. That's quite fun. I quite enjoy that. Where did it die this time? Oh my gosh, it died right at the end. Oh, the joys of factory games. Am I right or am I right? There we go. There we go. Now we have a full belt of stone going in there. Look at that. Very nice. Uh-oh. Stone throughput is still a problem. There we go. That's the best part about factory games. You get to look for bottlenecks, and then you get to find bottlenecks, and it's very nice to be able to find bottlenecks. And look at that, we've got logistic drones, and we have logistic hats as well. Of course, our circuit boards production is not the best in the world. Microcrystalline components are rather slow, especially with the fact that they require high amounts of silica, and silica is just terrible overall. I don't really need solar panels at the moment, so I'm just gonna get rid of the solar panel functionality here. And then I think I am going to go on ahead and just add in another one of these guys here. I should be able to connect these two together. Perfect. And then I'll just go on ahead and connect in the stone belt. Except this time... Oh, okay, so I can build the belt over top of, but not otherwise. I cannot build the belt underneath. That's very interesting. And then we'll filter that so that it has a priority input to the main part of the mall instead of to the auxiliary part of the mall. I feel like that's a smart plan to go on ahead and do. And then I'm gonna put a missile turret here as well, just to kind of have my bases covered a little bit more. How are you not connected to power? You're like right in the center of everything. I don't know how it's not connected to power, but that's fine. And then over here as well, I'll go on ahead and protect the labs like that. Dark Swarm, 22 units are incoming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, cool. So all 22 are going this direction.
Your vein is almost depleted. Ore reserves in each vein is limited. Once exhausted, the supply of raw ores can no longer be guaranteed, which will adversely impact production lines. Exploit new veins for replacement.
So they're heading over here.
Upgrade vein utilization to reduce ore loss during mining operation.
Oh! Wow. Whoa, 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 hello. Repair, please. You guys can't just mess with all my shit like that. Are you kidding me? These are my wind turbines, man. I need that. No, you don't. Perfect. Well done. Okay, so missile turrets are not to be trifled with, obviously. I think we kind of just saw the power of those guys right there. Can you get put away, please? Hello? Oh, alright, well, they got put away already. Look at that thing. Look at that. That looks so crazy. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, missile turrets, really good. I think we have learned that missile turrets are quite good. Thank you for gathering the resources, my dearest of friends. I'm gonna go on ahead and grab some more of you to cover some more things. And then what vein is nearly depleted? Oh, it's one of the copper veins. Really? Honestly, a little bit shocked that it's one of the copper ones. Don't know how that guy just lost power right there, but it's probably my fault. And then I'm gonna go on ahead and put a battlefield analysis base over here as well. Oh, okay, sure, or not. There, right there. Perfect. And I think the final order of business today is going to be an upgrade to our power supply, which I'm going to use this coal vein for right here. So I'm going to go on ahead, plan that out, and get that rolling. I can't really think of anything else to do, just kind of bipping and bopping around the base right now. I've got my advanced mall blueprints, but this stuff is way later in the game. Well, not way later, actually, but, you know, it is later in the game than we are currently. And there's not really anything else that I have in terms of jump start blueprints, so we're kind of back to square one on everything. This is the end of my jump starter stuff, and we'll be able to start really getting into automation shortly. So let me plan out what we're going to do in terms of our power plant, and I will be back with you shortly. Alright, I figure I'll go on ahead and bring you guys back in here. So we're going for the combustible units because, of course, we are. It's very high value fuel, as we calculated on stream. But I'm doing it in a little bit of an unorthodox way. So this is kind of what I like to call a multi-input, multi-output design. Of course, we only have a single input, single output instead. However, it is still something that is worthwhile and will make appearances throughout the entirety of the series. So essentially, we're going to have the coal coming in on either of these exterior belts. That was the wrong place for that. And then we're going to have our fuel being output on the interior of the belt itself. And then, of course, we're going to have the ability to go on ahead and copy this, use it now, and then we can just paste it down like that. Of course, I'm not actually going to have the throughput for this at this moment in time, so I'm not too worried about that at the moment. And then we're going to have our two coal belts coming in just like this, and then this one coming in, probably, we'll have it on the ground, I guess, then. And you know what, we'll actually have it right here. And then we can have the fuel belt outputting over top, just like that. And now, since we have our coal actually being proliferated here, what we're going to be able to do is have some of the coal go to proliferation. Then the coal that gets turned into proliferation gets proliferated, so that we have proliferated proliferators, and that's why this has a priority output of the proliferation to right there. And then the proliferator is going to, the proliferator juices, I guess rather, are going to come over to here as well. Our dearest of friends, the coal, are going to come to over here. Of course, that's going to happen, so we got to be careful with that. The coal is going to come right here. This coal is going to go out this way. This coal is going to go out this way. This coal will have been proliferated by the proliferators, which is perfect. Again, this has the filter output, and then the proliferator itself is going to come over to this direction. Then it's going to come up and go into here, proliferate the fuel. Now we have proliferated fuel working in our favor. We can go on ahead, put this here, put this here, put this here. Also, our BAB has been helping with this just a little bit. And we will see, in fact, that as I upgrade this belt just a touch to help with throughput, I'm actually going to want to filter this to go to proliferation primarily. The proliferation is then getting proliferated as it stacks up in here. It's then, thank you, +1 construction zone. Drone. As it fills up over time, eventually it's going to start to back up on the belt. You can see all these have one little triangle, which is perfect. That's exactly what we want to see. Now the coal is being proliferated, which is also exactly what we want to see. The coal is now going into all of these. All of these are now going to start making extra products over time. And then our fuel itself is, of course, going to come out proliferated as well. And now what we can do with that proliferated fuel is we can just put down some power plants, just kind of flanking this belt either side. We'll go on ahead and we'll bring the belt out to there. And then we will extend our turrets to help us out here as well. We can kind of go on ahead and just extend all of these guys. We'll grab ourselves some belts. Or some inserters, rather. Filters, whatever, sorters, whatever you want to call them. Okay, apparently it does not want to be able to do things at that distance. Or it's fine doing things at that distance. Alright, sure. Just like this. Lack of item, that's fine because the mall is making them. Where's the mall making them? Right here. And then we can extend this turret line. And again, I don't need too many turrets here. I'm not too concerned, so I'll just space them like this. And then we will even go the extra mile here and put down some foundation pieces. Just to really drive home to the dark fog that we are not messing around. And that we mean business. Then we can run our ammunition belt the entirety of the way through. I apologize for my neighbor, he's an asshole. And now we have our fuel being made, we have our ammunition being fed. We can even add in some wind turbine supports for these guys here. Just kind of let them have a little bit of support. And then we can even do this as well. Get the proper spacing so that it's aligned with the grid. And bingo. That is power done. That is the missile turret tested. And that is it for this episode. So next time, what we're going to be able to do is continue along our research and start beginning... I'm so sorry, give me 1 second. Alright, I think we're good. Sorry about that. My neighbor is stupid, and I don't like the things that he does. But anyway, we have all of this set up. We're good to go. We're going to continue with research next time, and I'm going to actually have to take a moment to think on what exactly we're going to really get into next time. More than likely, it's going to be some stuff dealing with all of this light oil that is consistently backing up now. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, but without further ado, adios, sayonara, au revoir, hasta la vista, das vidania, auf Wiedersehen, ciao, and goodbye. Please have yourselves all a fantastic rest of your day. Get some sleep if you need to. Don't forget to stay hydrated. This video is in the bag, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later, y'all.